I don't have that many friends. How do I make more friends? How do I make it so that more people like me? Do you have any of those weird NLP, hypnosis, mind hack things? And I was like, sit down, my child, and prepare to take the red pill. You know, it's hard to be friends with somebody who has this very acidic communication style where they're constantly seeking to make other people feel bad. It's not a skill making people feel bad. It's not something to be proud of, making other people feel bad, because people already feel bad most of the time anyway. Okay, so how do I make people feel good? Give me the NLP mind hack that makes people feel good. Are you sure you want to know the power of being in the moment, the power of mental focus, and just how empowering it can be to speak to another human being, even if they're not in the room with you, but they're in the state of mental focus and purity of intent, single-minded intent, or no-minded intent, mushin. If you could capture somebody's attention and you had somebody's time and attention for a period of time, that if you altered your emotional state and went into the right state and told them a story, and within that story there were suggestions, if you just say certain words to people like calmness, focus, singularity of intent, centeredness, communicate with sincerity, the brain and the unconscious automatically take that on as though it's an instruction. But you have to tell people through a story so it goes through into the unconscious mind as a suggestion. What the F are you talking about? And why do I feel different inside my body now? Because the unconscious mind understands. If you want people to feel something, you need to understand how the human brain and how the human mind works, and you need to have respect boundaries, and you need to respect other people's emotions. Things come out, and that we should respect what comes out of this because it has power. Respect the power you have with your words and the state you go into, and when you go into a certain emotional state, people catch it because it's contagious. I need to be congruent with that emotional state. Sometimes we're invited to engage in violence and engage in conflict. That might be physical, that might be psychological, and we can choose to refuse that invitation. But you're refusing the invitation not from the other person, because that person is an illusion outside of you. You're refusing the invitation from the ego, which is saying, do this now, jump up and do something. You can refuse that invitation. And the second thing to realize is that if you want somebody to feel something, you should feel it first. You should have respect for your words and for other people's feelings. You should realize that if you want somebody to feel something, you need to feel it first. The third thing is get really good at telling stories and trust in the power of stories. And then the other thing, the fourth thing to remember is the words, specifically the words. If you want somebody to feel calm, then you should use the word calm and talk calm and be calm, but you don't have to say to them, hey, calm down. And I was like, it's like magic, isn't it? And she went, yeah, how did you do that, you tricky bastard? And I was like, well, because I was trained by the best. I was trained by a really good guy. It's all a sacred space. Some spaces make it easier to access that state, and some spaces make it harder. Try going into a good state, being in the moment, speaking from the heart. Study people who tell good stories and watch what they do and model what they do, and then you'll be able to do it too.